Capricorn, welcome to December. Hello everybody, hello to the newbies. My name is Kat, and let's check what is December bringing for you. Guys, I have also just issued a video yesterday about the Great Conjunction. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal for you in particular, because it's moving from the earth signs, from the earth element to air element. So make sure you check that video. I'm going to provide a link at the end of this reading. But let's first see what's December bringing to you. We have Eight of Sky. And this is like one of those cards where, you know, there is like some kind of like protective quality over here. The kitty is being kept there. Technically, you know, the birds are not seeing the kitty. Kitty does see the birds, but this is still enough to give some kind of like sense of panic and try to scratch and grab and then basically end up being injured. This card calls for strategy, for sober thinking, for looking in all aspects of the situation, ensuring that everything is kind of like covered. This also can mean that there's like somebody who is in some kind of constraint. This can literally mean talk about lockdown. So you really need to take small steps and also understand that you are not in a situation that is clueless. You're in a situation that can move forward, right? Except it's kind of really hard for whoever this is, either you or somebody you're connecting with is experiencing at a stage. There's a Nine of Fire. This is really talking about some kind of like a battle. But here we see some kind of like a meeting of the great kind of like wisdom, kind of like people, and deciding on the future things. So both cards to me, and I don't know, can you see the pictures in the back of the tigers and lions over there? And what we conquered in cat world kind of a thing. It's really talking to me about a strategy, about a grand strategy. And also the cards are fire and air, which really lifting things up, kind of going in a new direction, kind of doing certain things. And that's probably going to be the crux of your December. Some kind of like possibilities, exploration of possibilities. You're almost like coming to some kind of realization, and it's just like something is just about to happen. And there it is, the floating cat. The floating cat is also talking about some form of suspension, and in particular in tarot is telling us that the quality, that if we are able to have the quality where we are more or less of an observer to a situation, we are more or less letting go of control, letting go of domination, and simply exploring somebody else's ways or somebody else's system, that is going to be highly beneficial for us, as it's going to bring a new level of understanding and a new level of engagement, and that's going to be extremely important. This is kind of like clearly saying, seeing things, advising to see things from a different perspective, as it's going to be really needed. It's interestingly enough, we have now Five of Fire, so it's almost like it was the process of the same group where they were maybe setting up their own boundaries and their own ideas, and they were battling which way to go, and then finally they came to some kind of consensus. So there was like some process, I guess, that you're going through. Maybe there is a balance, maybe a literal balance for some of you. For the others, simply maybe there are lots of people tugging on you and willing to kind of like get your help, get your assistance, and you feel you're being torn in all directions of some sort. And at least like that was some maybe confusing energy that was coming here from the past, right? What is above you is Ace of Fire. There is like something from the past that might get revived, or you might get this like second wind of some sort. Like, interestingly enough, that you are having this fire, you are going to feel very energized. Especially this, the Great Conjunction that is going to be happening is shifting from earth to air element. But December 21st, it's usually Sagittarius. This year, December 21st is Capricorn, and hence is going to have a really energizing I'm overusing that word, really kind of like push button, kind of like a feel for you. And that is like kind of like sign of times to come. You're going to start around the 12th of this month, just kind of like sitting back. You will be in that mode where you're kind of gathering information, and you'll be more a listener than a talker. Like my mother said, you have 2 ears for a reason and only one mouth. You need to listen twice as much. And that's going to be almost like your mantra for this like first couple of weeks, at least for the first 12 weeks. And it's going to be really information that will be coming to you. It's also, you know what they say, see what they say and see what they do, and that way you're going to be getting information about the person. Sometimes when we engage in a conversation, we sometimes miss the things that should be self-evident as well. And then you have seeking. So as this is general reading, it's either male or female. It could be a partner that is on the horizon, and this one is somebody who is maybe on the introverted side, somebody who could be extremely emotional, and this is why they have to hold it together, otherwise they fall apart. But they have a big shoulder. They can truly cherish and understand you and appreciate you. And there is like a really, really good quality, and it could be somebody from the past re-entering your life who maybe have been in a situation that they had to resolve before they can move forward. And that's why maybe this is asking for your patience and understanding. Your own house is falling in Grace card. This is like Temperance card in Rider-Waite Tarot. So now we have 2 major arcanas. This is like something really bigger happening for this month. You just saw it coincides with the eclipse in Sagittarius, which is happening on the 14th. And that's also kind of like these 2 cards are going into, you know, you're not going to be the dominant force. You will be just a student. You'll be just watching what's happening. Maybe you were running the show before, and maybe you pushed somebody away. And now these things can actually turn around, because the Temperance card is demanding patience, but it's also promising that something that was not workable in the past can actually work now. It's one of those really rare occurrences, because otherwise keep repeating the same thing over and over is a definition of insanity. But this is one of those exceptions over here. Then you have somebody who is very hurt. They feel maybe even dumped. They feel poo-pooed, pee-peed on, whatever kind of like you want to put it. There's like a sense of embarrassment, or somebody's feeling embarrassed over something, or somebody's really feeling hurt. There is an essence of somebody who had really high expectations. I'll need to clarify that, because I'm not so sure how this really connects to it. It almost like, because this is a 5 and this is a 5, maybe you kind of like set down your rules and they felt rejected as a result. Maybe this is why it's saying maybe you don't even know what has happened of some sort. We will clarify that. Then in your hopes and fears, you have 7 of C. You have some new dreams, you have some new inclinations, but they're like really not grounded in reality. Like, I mean, with this Sea King, you're simply lying down in bed and looking at the stars and dreaming a wish upon a star, and another one, and another one, another one. But all these wishes are more or less a fairy tale wishes versus very pragmatic. And you are Earth Sign, you are very pragmatic, but we only got one Earth so far showing up. And it's not even a firm one, because you are really floating here. You're supposed to fall down on Earth. So everything is like sort of like in some kind of like sense of suspension coming up this month. And you have a Sea King, Sea Queen, and there is like this coupling. There's like something that is really happening. It's you're meeting your match. There's like something that is really clicking emotionally. Maybe some of those wishes upon a star are really happening. Maybe this simply means that there's like somebody else as well sitting around who will feel neglected or tucked away, and there it is. Somebody is I mean, even here we have the body of water, and even here we have like a fall and something feeling the fruits fell down. Somebody had expectations, somebody wanted something from you, and it just didn't pan out. That's all it is. Maybe this person is going to come and tell you this, and you at that stage are going to be able to say, I see it now, I didn't see it then, but I have moved on, and it's a little bit too late. Or maybe that's the person you let through, and now things are really working out. So it can work both ways. All right, so let's get the card to sign off 2020 and also enter 2021. And you got Magical Map Shifter. So let me read this one for you. So guys, don't forget also to check this great conjunction, because it's all relevant. It's just starting on the 21st on the beginning of your sign, and then it's ramping up for 20 years going forward. So what is this saying? And look at how lovely this is. It says, Spirit orchestrates everyone's destiny. When the Magical Map Shifter card arrives, it comes with a mission to make you aware of the people who come into your life to impact your personal growth. Perhaps you may meet a soulmate whose presence invites you to be the best you that you can be, or someone who leads you out of difficulty and into a place of safety or success. Pay attention to those individuals who cross your path today and cause you to reflect on your journey. Be awake and aware, and you'll recognize them for the important change agents they are. Your whole perspective about who you are and why you are here will shift. The Magical Map Shifter always initiates you into a better version of yourself. And this is lovely. And guys, you're going to be really mellow by the end of the month. You're going to feel really lovey-dovey, and things are going to feel really, really good. So Christmas is going to be absolutely lovely and joyful, and almost like you'll feel like very, very young, like your heart was never stepped on, and it's going to be almost like teenager love, kind of like Romeo and Juliet kind of attitude. So guys, if you haven't joined my social media, please do, because you'll be getting a special installments of a reading, a little bit introduction to 2021, what is going to bring. So Instagram, Facebook, I'm not so much on Twitter, I really have to admit. Also below in the description, you can join my mailing list, and you can get that information there. And also, guys, if you want a reading with me, contact me via cattarot.ca. And if you want a special reading with me, the annual forecast, this is only available until the end of March to my previous clients, so they come first. Sorry if you're new one, like the next year you will qualify. And that reading is an hour and a half. It covers quarterly review, then through astrological houses to see every segment of your life, how it's going to evolve, and then to boot it up, I put Lenormand spread, the entire grand tableau, and then we can see the timeline and to see how that timeline will revolve, right? Okay guys, so stay tuned for the grand conjunction video that is going to show up over here, and I wish you very, very Merry Christmas and very, very Happy New Year. You know that I love you, and if I don't talk to you before 2021, then have it good celebration. Think of me when you have it all well done. If you can, join me for my live every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you guys. All the best.